Hello, everyone. Welcome inside our MSG Network studios. I'm Shannon Hogan alongside Butch Goring. Butchie, that was exactly what the Islanders needed to do to get a big road win and kick off this series.
Well, I think it sent a big message to Tampa that they're not going away, and they are for real. And as Josh Bailey has said all along, we've got some unfinished business. So they were ready to play. They were the better team in this afternoon's game. They did everything right. I mean, it was almost a perfect game. I mean, there was very few turnovers. They managed the puck extremely well. They skated well. They finished their checks. I mean, if you happen to be able to listen to Barry Trotz, his post-game interview, I think he's going to be smiling like a Cheshire cat because his team played so well, and they had a great game in net by Varlamov.
Yeah, Semyon Varlamov was fantastic, just giving up that one goal in the final minute of the game, a power play, 6-on-4. AJ Malesko's also joining us for our post-game coverage from her home studio. AJ, what did you think of Game 1? You've been following this Tampa team because you were calling that series last round. What did you think watching the Islanders play against them?
The Islanders, but you said it, the Islanders did exactly what they needed to do. I don't think that the Tampa Bay Lightning looked as sharp as they have through the last couple games that I watched when I was calling them, but I think a lot of that has to do with the way that the Islanders played them, the way they played through the neutral zone. They had a smothering effect. They took away time and space. And, you know, I think that when you play that way, they played with speed. They matched the Tampa Bay Lightning speed. And I think that that's something that goes a long way. You know, I remember coming into the beginning of this season back in mid-January, Barry Trotz said to us time and time again, I will take that loss to the Tampa Bay Lightning of the Eastern Conference Finals to my grave. And he was still so upset about it. Now's his chance, and now is the team's chance to get back, get a little revenge for that, and you could see it in the way that they came out. I thought that it was a very cohesive game. They were very unified in their attack.
And the first goal of the game came from Matt Barzal. Islanders looking to continue to ride their star. 4 goals, AJ, in the last 5 games. What did you see from Barzy?
You know, it's interesting. You look at somebody like him, and we've talked about other goal scorers for the Islanders, like an Anthony Beauvillier, who has been streaky. I wouldn't have necessarily described Barzal that in the years past, but this season he has been. He's gone on these hot streaks. Great for the Islanders that he's going on a hot streak right now, started the playoffs slow offensively. But what I liked about Barzal is he adjusted his game. I thought that at the beginning of the game, they were all over him. He's obviously very fast. He's very shifty, but he was struggling on that power play, trying to get the puck in the zone. You could see they were all over him physically. And frankly, I actually think Tampa Bay was taking a page out of what you said, Butch. Put the physicality on him. And then he starts to turn on. He starts to get his jets going. You see him dance. Victor Hedman right there, one of the best goalies in the world. And then ultimately gets the team on the board for that first goal. Beautiful feed by Josh Bailey, but great job by Matt Barzal too. Very shifty. What I like about him is his deceptive play. But again, I like that he was able to play through some of that physicality, and I like that he was able to adjust his game and not try to go through all 5 of the Tampa Bay Lightning skaters, but maybe stretch the zone a little bit, get one of those passes from Josh Bailey and make it count.
Just give me a couple seconds.
I know you want a couple seconds because you just said so. And AJ, one of the funny things about having 2 analysts on a show is you bring up a point, and Butch also has something that he wants to add. So, Butch, you go ahead and add before we're going to get to our next topic.
And AJ's talking about, you know, Barzal adjusting his game, and that's one of the things we've been talking about this whole playoff series is how he's adjusting his game, how he's adapting his game, how he's maturing as a playoff player. And again, he was being roughed up early on. But what I liked about his game, besides the goal, is the 200-foot game. I saw him on the forecheck. I saw him finishing his check. I saw him in good position in the defensive zone. So those are all things that are really important, particularly if you want to win a Stanley Cup, is that you just can't make mistakes late in the game or in the defensive zone. And so I love the progress of Matt Barzal.
What did you see in his goal, the first goal of the game? Let's slow that one down.
Well, this is a goal scorer, and this is what you expect from Barzal. He's such an elite hockey player, and he uses his speed to his advantage. And these are the things that he's learning. He's taking advantage of what's given to him. You know, this is going to come from a change. Watch this particular situation. Tampa has the puck up, and Stamkos tries to get it in once. No, that doesn't work. But Josh Bailey's in the perfect position. And this is going to be, Barzal is going to be coming off the bench. So there's Bailey. He sees Barzal's cutting across the blue line, and that's learning the game, taking advantage. And then watch this play here. He's watching out of the corner of his eye, and he sees that Vasilevsky's cheating. He was looking for the pull. He thought Barzal was going to go to his backhand, and Barzal says, "Not so fast, Charlie. I'm telling you right away. I watched you. I saw the 5-hole. I saw you cheating." and I just deposit it in the back of the net. Okay, that's the maturity of a hockey player, when you can get your head up and you can start to recognize what's available. That's a terrific goal by Barzal. A lot of guys wouldn't have changed their mind. Barzal certainly saw what was there and used it to his advantage. It
was hard to ignore that goal because, as you mentioned, it was so exciting to watch, and he went 5-hole there. But, AJ, there's some subtle things you can pick up from Matt Barzal's game and his line as well. What did you see with their forechecking as they were trying to close this game out in the third period?
Well, you know, the Islanders are known for once they get a lead, lock it down defensively, do everything they need to do. And usually you see that from the depth players, from the lineup. And I thought that Matt Barzal's line with Eberle, with Komarov, they did a really good job of their forecheck late in the game once they got that 2-goal lead. And you can see it's aggressive, but it's conservative. They have their high guy. They recognize you got Matt Barzal there. You can see there's always somebody high. First it's Leo, and then you got Matt Barzal coming up, and now Eberle's going to come up. The defense are going to pinch. They're going to stay up. They always have support, recognizing that there's 8 minutes left in this game. They need to keep the pressure on. They're taking advantage of the fact that they've got these legs. They've got their legs going, and they're not going all out. It's not super aggressive, but they're not laying off. I think that's the biggest key, is they're not playing not to lose. They're playing to win this game, and they had that 2-0 lead. So I thought it was a very smart, very structured play, and you could see Barry Trotz's coaching coming through even with that top line there.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. And it's particularly impressive when you get the Barzal line doing it, because they're not as comfortable doing it. But you're right. They were in good position the whole time on that forecheck. They were forcing the puck carry when they had the opportunity. But each and every opportunity they had, they stayed above the puck. And Barry Trotz talks about that all the time. Don't get below the puck. I thought they did a great job. And yeah, it was right in the DNA of the Islanders.